Our journey begins with our two European friends on their way to Africa from Europe. With them, they carried many finished products, which they will then trade for slaves. Upon arrival in Africa, our Europeans meet up with some natives who agree to capture slaves for them.
My weakness I feel I must finally show.
Here is an example of an African slave capture sneaking inland at night to grab some soon-to-be slaves and take them back to shore for the Europeans. The Europeans then traded these slaves to the African slave captors in exchange for finished products and goods.
But your soul you must keep totally free.
Once the slaves were on board, it was a very long and treacherous journey to the Americas. They spent most of their time below deck, only rarely getting to go above deck for some fresh air. Their sleeping quarters were very poor, and they were fed very little. Africa to America was the longest part of the journey. Once they finally arrived, the slaves were gathered, brought upon deck, and soon brought off to an auction to be sold.
You invest your life.
This is what a typical slave auction would look like. The slave capturers would bring their slaves up to be sold at auction. The slaves would be sold to the highest bidder. Prices often varied due to the strength of the slave, how much work they could handle, and if it was a male or female. After the slave is sold to the highest bidder, the Europeans collect what goods they just received and proceed back to the ship in order for their journey back to Europe. With them, they carried raw materials, which they would soon convert to finished products and take back to Africa, thus completing the triangle.